Scott, it was a slightly tumultuous first half, but we managed to get in at a level, and then in the end managing to win it in the second half. What were your thoughts on some of the decisions I think that were made today and the performance?
Oh, where do I start? I thought for half an hour we were really passive in our play. We didn't want to take risks. We played the safe option. We didn't move the ball quick enough. Then we come unstuck from a set piece. Scruffy goal to concede and fully deserving. Bedfont went in front. And then the red card, and you think, no, like it's not going to be our day. But I said to Henry, I still believe that we can win this game. I was quite surprised that they went passive against us and let us have the ball. I thought they were going to sort of step on with the extra man and make it difficult. And then second half, I think we needed to get in at half time. And we spoke about the importance of just trying to play into the 10s. So Johnny Goddard and Tyree Clark playing against their two central midfielders. Can we get them on the half turning behind? We didn't have any natural width, so the only way that we were going to be able to play forward is go in behind in one pass or play into the 10s. And I said, let's just keep flooding the ball and getting it in there as often as possible. And that's where the second goal come from. And I was delighted that Johnny showed real quality. I thought the assist was great. And then Josh Adepoju for his second goal as well. I think the first one's probably even better because of his bravery to put his head in where it hurts. But yeah, listen, it's all about getting through, but we had to face a lot of adversity in the game, but we could have played extremely well and lost with 11 men, but we've played okay with 10 men and got through.
Yeah, I don't want to understate just how good actually that second goal was for Slough today. I mean, it was a really good passing move, wasn't it, through the centre of the pitch, and then obviously Josh finishing off really, really well for only his second goal for the club. How impressed were you with him today?
Yeah, no, Josh is a great human being, more importantly than being a great footballer. He's got so much ability. He's someone that we really do believe in. The sad thing was he was at the club over a year ago and he kind of went on trial to a few pro clubs. He's since come back and I'm delighted that we've got him. So he's got bags of ability, he's exciting, and to get 2 goals today, that will really do well for his confidence. The second goal, like you say, was excellent. The first one, the bravery that he showed for a young lad, was superb. But I think there was a few performances that you can go through today. Obviously, Adam going off and then Henry coming on. He's only been at the club maybe 3 or 4 weeks. He came on and done very, very well. He looked steady with his hands, made a couple of decent saves, kicked it well, and yeah, for us it was a game where we probably finished the match with a really, really young side. But it shows where we're at the moment. I'm not going to make excuses for the amount of players that we've got out or suspended. It is what it is. We're having to sort of fight through that mess at the moment, and we're managing to do it.
I also wanted to ask you about, obviously, another player making his debut today. A surprise inclusion probably for some was Bernie Tanner, who was with us in pre-season for a little while. Just talk us about him coming into the side.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I had to box clever. I knew that we were down to the bare bones defensively, and we needed a left footer in that back line. So I really, really like Bernie as a player and as a person. And the deal was that he went to Uxbridge, and I said, if we need to call upon you at any point, then we will do that. And fortunately for us, he didn't play in the last round of the FA Cup for Uxbridge. He was on the bench, didn't enter the field of play, so it makes him eligible to play today. So I rang Bernie and I said, listen, would you come in and help us? Because we need you. And listen, I thought he was excellent. I thought he was really, really good. But I know that you can bring players into an occasion like today where they don't do it correctly, but that's never within his nature to not do things correctly. Like, he does everything that you ask of him, puts his head in where it hurts. He's got a lovely left foot as well. And I thought he more than played his part in a reasonably good defensive performance. So, yeah, a bit of a strange one. We'll have to see where we go from here. We don't want to upset our friends at Uxbridge, but at the moment, yeah, we are down to the bare bones. So, yeah, we needed to box clever, and I think it was a good addition.
So now we are through, of course. I'm going to ask you, even though I think I know the answer anyway, what are your thoughts on the next round and who would you like?
Just someone at home. I think that's 12 out of 15 games now, is it, away from home in the Cup, which is never easy. And we've actually done quite well in the Cups. We've got to the 4th qualifying round last year. We got to the 1st round the year before. We've now got to the 4th qualifying round again. And I don't think we've been drawn at home before any of those games. I think Grimsby was obviously the first time we were drawn at home. So It's been difficult, it has, but a home tie would be nice. I'm not going to pick out clubs because anything can happen. I've just looked at the results today and there's no easy games. I don't think there's really any surprises. And there's one in our league that people would say you'd expect them to win. But yeah, it's tough. We just want a home draw. It's nice that we can reward the club with a few extra quid in the bank account, which obviously takes the pressure off playing budgets and things like that. But it's getting through to the round after the next one is the one that's vitally important. It's never a given that we're going to get there, but it would be nice.
And I'll ask you, what's probably becoming a bit of a weekly update from you now is sort of the men in the medical room again. How close are we to seeing some of those missing players for next week?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Kiki's been for a scan, waiting for the results. Reece is waiting for an injection. Tyrese might be a week or two away. Jared should be available for next week. Jordan hopefully available for next week. Peter's obviously suspended. Adam suspended. I think that's everyone. I'm not sure. It seems like a long list at the moment, and people will comment on our performance last week against Hornchurch, which I've seen people might comment about today, but have a little bit of realism where we're at as a squad. We've got some of our big hitters nowhere near the pitch, and we've had to sort of deal with that for a few weeks. People will say, why don't you go and get loans in? Loans have to come in and play. Pro clubs will say that you can have players on loan, but they need to play every game, and if not, they cost you X amount of money. We can't afford to bring a loan player in if Reece and Kiki are going to come back, or Tyrese is going to come back and take their shirt, because then financially it costs us as a club. So we have to just get through this tough time. But you look at people like Balu that came in today, I thought he was excellent. I think that's his first full start. No? Who did he start against?
Hungerford.
Oh, no, I don't count that. I don't count that. That was B&B Cup. So you say Hungerford, but real game, FA Cup, League, Trophy. But I thought, yeah, his full debut for me in my eyes. And a young lad, 19 years old. So there were some bright sparks. Winesy as well, I'm delighted for him, it should be said. He travelled 2 hours to Littlehampton on Tuesday night to go and watch Bedfont. It's his old club. He was here for 6 years. And I'm not saying that he told me he was desperate to win today, but it's always nice when you go back to your old club and you can get a victory. And the other thing I'd like to mention is Billy Viger. And I think it's important that we do mention that. I was so proud of Henry yesterday. He sent me an open letter that's obviously been put out there on social media, did it off his own back. I thought it was superbly written. It was so true, every single word that he spoke. In that letter, we back wholeheartedly, completely, whatever you want to say. It's tragic. We're really close friends with people at Chichester. And that's the beauty of football, that we played them last year in a cup, and I've stayed in touch with their assistant manager. And the effect that incidents like that have, it has that ripple effect through football, and it should never happen. So I'm not going to dedicate this win to him because it won't mean anything to his family and his friends. But listen, I'd like to say that he's in our thoughts, along with Chichester. Words won't change things, but yeah, listen, it's a really heartbreaking thing to have read on social media that he's passed away, and listen, all our thoughts are with his family and friends.
Yeah, I echo those thoughts as well, Scott, and congratulations on the win this afternoon, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers, Con, thank you.